we move to the second plenary speaker. It will be Professor Chun. Yeah, but before that, I would like to read his CV. Well, actually, I have a question.
好，
Hello, Prof. Chun. Can you hear my voice?
你好，你好，
Okay.
我就用中文报告，等一下请我那个学生助手那个黄世友同学呢，请他翻译。啊，谢谢主持人，谢谢各位专家代表，各位朋友。我今天报告的题目是汉字的民族文化及当代延伸。我想重点说一下，后面的在当代的延伸情况。
Okay, before we start, I would like to call Ibu Francisca to help us for interpreting Professor Su Sin Chuen. But before that, I would like to read the CV. Yeah, he was born in February 1953. Han nationality, native of Nanchang, Xianxi province, and he is a professor of linguistics. And then his research interests are in Chinese lexicology, semantics, economic, econometric linguistic, lexicography, and textbook language, and also cultural linguistics. And about his main courses, yeah, there are several main courses that he has conducted so far. The first is Introduction to Applied Linguistics, Modern Chinese, Introduction to General Course of Linguistics, and Cultural Linguistics. Okay, Ibu Francisca, are you with us?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, thank you,
Hello.
Ibu Francisca. Yes, hello.
Okay.
We can hear you loud and clear. Ibu Francisca,
Yeah.
we would like to inform you that Professor Su will have approximately 30 minutes for his presentation. And then after that, we move to the question and answer. Okay, please
Okay.
inform Professor Su that he can start his presentation now. Thank you, Ibu Francisca.
Okay. Okay. For 老师好，现在已经可以开始了。
好的，谢谢主持人，谢谢各位专家、各位朋友，我就用中文报告，待会请我的助手、我的博士生黄世友小姐，请她翻译，谢谢。
Dear honorable and beloved keynote speaker and dear speakers, now I use Mandarin and I let my PhD student Francisca to translate my presentation. Thank you.
我今天报告的题目是汉字的民族文化及当代延伸。我重点呢，我想放到后面，在当代举两个新的例子。
My topic is ethnic culture and modernity extension of Chinese characters. And in this presentation, I concern in the modernity extension.
在汉字身上蕴藏着极为丰富的民族文化，它的表现形式是很具体、具象的。在汉民族的先民，他们创造的象形字，就秉承着进取。
Hello?
Okay, please.
Oh yeah, okay. A Chinese character contains rich national culture. This can be concrete, either representational. The pictographic character of Han nationality have the culture spirit of instant surrounding distant prediction, which means that takes image from own body and surrounding. And although the pictographic in the history of Chinese character had been declined, but the ideographic value is stable. 老师。
我
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I can hear my professor's voice.
Oh yeah, me neither. Yeah, so maybe we should wait for him.
I text.
Or Ibu Francisca, will you please read the presentation of Professor Su?
Okay. While we're waiting for Professor Su. Oh, okay, okay. Hello, 老师，老师。Hello. Okay. While waiting for Professor Su, I will read this PPT.
Okay, please.
It's okay. Okay. The structure of Chinese character has balance and integrity with national psychology. Chinese character and Chinese language have a characteristic showing in the meaning by the form of Chinese character. People are using ancient Chinese characters directly to show word in Jiong and continuously many times in You Shuang Luo Zuo, directly perceived through the sense and interesting. These characters show the cultural spirit of Chinese character in modern development.
好，可以往下翻。
OK 可以了。OK 老师可以继续。
我下面呢分3点来谈。第一点就是汉字身上蕴藏着浓郁的民族文化精神。第二点就谈汉字民族文化内涵的3个层次。第3点就谈汉字文化的当代延伸。
And the contents divided into 3. The first is Chinese character that contain the rich national culture of the Han nationality. The second, the 3 level of national culture connotation of Chinese character. The third is the modernity extension of cultural spirit in Chinese character.
好，我第一点呢谈一下汉字身上蕴藏着的浓郁的民族文化。
Now I will talk about the Chinese character that contain the rich national culture of the Han nationality.
汉民族身上的浓郁蕴藏着的民族文化，最简单的话来概括，就是一方面它体现着直观、可感的视觉内容；第二个就是表达抽象、概括、普遍的精神层面的民族习惯认知。
Basically, the appearance of the culture of Han nationality can be divided into the concrete and representational. Concrete, it means that can be seen, can be felt. And representational, it means that abstract, general, and universal.
这方面内容呢比较多，我就举3位西方的著名学者的论述来做一个举例。
And now I will present about a Western scholar that use highly generalized and admiring words to express the reach of Han national culture in Chinese character. For example,
这3位学者呢，一位是费尔迪南·德索绪尔，一位是高本汉，一位是帕默尔。
Ferdinand de Saussure, Kurt Bernhard Johannes Kargen, and Palmer.
这3位学者，我每人举1句他们说过的非常经典的话。像 德索绪尔他说过这样一句话：对汉人来说，表意字和口说的词都是观念的符号。
Ferdinand de Saussure said that ideograph and speaking language words are the symbol of the ID for Han nationality.
高本汉也讲过一句著名的话，他说：“中国人抛弃汉字之日，就是他们放弃自己的文化基础之时。”
Karl Bernhard Johannes Kargen said that the day Chinese abandon Chinese character are the day they abandon their Chinese foundation, their culture foundation.
英国的帕默尔先生也说过一句著名的话，他说：“在中国，一如在埃及，文字不过是一种程式化了的、简化了的图画的系统。”
And Palmer from England said that in China, as in Egypt, writing that Chinese character, the character is a system of stylized and simplified pictures.
好，往下翻。好，那我们概括起来，就是汉民族文化内涵体现为有3个层次，一个就是汉字的象形层面，第2个就是所表达出的民族心理，第3个就是汉字跟汉语之间的密切关系。
The 3 levels of national culture and connotation of Chinese characters are the pictographic level of Chinese character, the national psychology expressed in the configuration of Chinese characters, and the third is the close relation between Chinese character and Chinese language.
我这里呢有在象形层面，我准备了4个例子，我想我就简单一点举2个例子，一个鸟，一个雁。那么这个的汉字的象形，简单说就是在一个一个具体字形，能够直接表示出像一个物、近似一个物的直观具体的特点。
And there are 4 examples of the Chinese character, but now I just presented for 2 Chinese character.
这里有一个汉字构型，有一句很经典的概括，2句话8个字，就是近取诸身，远取诸物，说的就是象形字都来源于汉民族的先人周围所最熟悉的事物跟的形体。
And in the blue word, the meaning is the text image from on body and surrounding. It's from the ancient Chinese dictionary.
这样话。
Hello, Professor Su?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Maybe the connection problem.
听到
Okay.
Ibu Francisca,
Yeah.
perhaps you can continue.
Oh, okay. Okay. And this is the Chinese character of bird. At the note of Sohn Jie, the original description about the Chinese character which described the characteristic pictograph of miao means bird. They state that long-tailed bird is called miao, and this is the pictographic word. And this bird looks like the radical of p. Therefore, the word form is using p as radical. Besides, short-tailed bird is called tui, long-tailed bird is called miao. These are the difference of the kind of the birds in detail, but there is not any difference in general. And the next is swallow. Yan. In Son Jiezi is a pictograph that symbolizes mouth with the things and open wings and the forked tail. We can see the picture of this Chinese character. And although there are only a few hundred pictographs in Chinese characters, these Chinese characters build the core of the Chinese character construction system, which affect all the Chinese characters formed in their basis. And the next, the pictograph of Chinese characters have evolved for thousands of years, and some of these changes are quite obvious and serious. For example, some appears as a half glyph, half phonetic. That means a half made from the shape of Chinese character and half from this phone, such as ideograph, pictograph. Some even appears as symbol of characters, such as the example of this word, this Chinese character. The Chinese character of yo in the following compound word, that is the meaning is an, is the following compounded Chinese character has been completely enabled to see its function as ideographic. Some of the methods and process are multiplication and simplification. Some change from the configuration foundation, or can lead the function of ideographic decline. However, although these Chinese characters mentioned above have varieties in their transformation, the basic function of expressing the meaning by its form is retained. The form of ideogram Chinese characters, the whole meaning in Chinese character they composed by the partial meaning, which called in Mandarin is hui or understanding, is ideographical. The form of pictograph phonetic in a word is ideographical. Phoneme in pictophonetic words usually also meaning inside the phoneme, the sound. The sound sustained meaning, the sound and the meaning are close, and the basic characteristic of Chinese characters is changing from hieroglyphs to ideogram, but this basic function of ideogram is restrained. National psychology is an abstract content. It belongs to the physiological, spiritual content. Integrity, balance, and aesthetics are some common requirements in psychology. These are shown through the configuration and assignment, and also the configuration and combination of Chinese character. The national culture in this respect is not as intuitive as the above, showing meaning by its form or shape, but it is still analytical, understandable, perceptible, and comprehensible. And this is the example of the Chinese characters. We can see from these Chinese characters, this is a man who entered the room to beat and kill somebody. And another example are Zhong and Miao. These are two characters means temple. Both come from one ancestor. Say that nothing shows more respect for our ancestor than to worship them in ancestor temple. The close relationship between Chinese characters and the Chinese language, we can divide into two, the adaptability and complementary. Adaptability means that suitable and appropriate, and complementary means that both sides can adapt and complement each other. And the third is the modernity extension of cultural spirit in Chinese characters. In here, Professor Chun used two examples words. First is the jiong and The second is 右双弱左. We can see this Chinese character of Jiong is very interesting. In ancient times, this Chinese character's meaning was bright. It was written in the ancient Chinese dictionary, Yupan part of Jiong. Jiong means bright, bright as the moon in autumn. It can be also written as Jiong Jiong, Chu Yue Ming Ming. These two Chinese characters have same pronouns as Jiong. Jiong Jiong You Shen means bright eyes. And another example is Jiong Ran means bright appearance. Jiong Te means bright. In the web-based area, these Chinese characters mean bored, sad, helpless, embarrassed, and depressed. It is totally different with the meaning in the ancient time. For example, Zhong Ju, it means embrace movie. Zhong Tu means embrace way. Two meanings mentioned above, especially the last meaning, without knowing these Chinese characters, we can know the meaning by seeing the picture. Some people use the Chinese characters as a symbol in the web. Others say that this character is the culture symbol. Some has collected hundreds of these characters' meaning and show that this character has different meanings. And Professor Susin Chun in his paper is not concerned study about this explanation, but highly agree that this is a pictograph word. Through the change of form in Chinese characters can change the meaning. And the next example is the 右双弱左. These four Chinese characters have different meanings, especially the two last characters. That the Ro was the name of the tree in ancient mythology that totally different from the two characters, Yo and Shuang. And in Shuang Jie stated that Ro, when the sun was rising up from the east, was shining on this tree. This is the Ro tree. And this is the example that Professor Su Xinchun took from the Chinese media. In Chinese media, they use 右双弱左 as the title of the news. For example, this Tesla cutting price for many times. It means the many times, and the another example is consecutively. And another example of 右双弱左 for some news. Rho is formed by three of yo. We can see that there are three yo in Rho, and there are four yo in Zuo. And in Chinese characters, double form characters have meaning as many, heavy, complex, and far. For example, 累, 妙, 精, ben, and the structure of 右, 双, 弱, 左 is also have special place which can be understood easily by the form Chinese character. Form character. This is the national psychology contained in Chinese character. The relation between Chinese character and Han national culture is very close, but it is still changing. The relation between chains or not chains, how is the process, what is not chains, still requires an in-depth and careful study, and also accurate judgment. The key is to know the characteristics of the Chinese culture spirit expressed by Chinese characters that have a long history, comprehensive and stable history. Long history established since the original oracle bone script, the basic feature of Chinese characters have not been interrupted, although has a variety of characters such as big seal style script, small seal style script, official script, regular script, running script, cursive script, as well as continuous development and simplification. Its fundamental spirit and principle are not changed, and we can see this is Chinese characters, the transition of Chinese characters from the ancient until now. We can see this is for the ancient characters, there's oracle and big seal style script, and the bridge of ancient and modern characters is small seal style script, and the modern Chinese character therefore is official script, regular script, running script, and cursive script that we use today. Comprehensive refers to the multi-aspect and multi-level in combination, crossing, fusion, and bearing of Chinese characters to Han national culture. And stable refers to the relation of the Chinese characters to Han national cultures, ancient spirit, and basic principle. This includes the relation between Chinese character and Chinese language. This basic principle have not changed. The change is only the degree of strength, the expression of direct and indirect expression.
好，谢谢主持人，谢谢室友。
老师还要想讲吗？老师？
我就不讲了，可能我这里的网络有点不太稳定。好，谢谢你辛苦了。替我
他们还有提问，可能是还有提问。
好的。
Okay, Professor Senjun says sorry because of the internet connection in China. But he's still online to wait for the question from the another speaker.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Francisca, for being so helpful. Yeah, so now we can conduct the discussion with Professor Su, right?
Yes, still.
Okay, good. Good to know that the internet connection is finally stable.